As they say, life can change in the blink of an eye. Well, mine did, but all for the better. We first met Josh a little over a year ago in October. It was a tailgate party in Stillwater. When we first got to the tailgate, Allie, her matron of honor, came up to me with a huge grin on her face, kind of like the Cheshire Cat in Alice in Wonderland. "You better save your pennies," she said. I looked at her kind of puzzled, thinking, what does she mean to save that for the end of the night for a round of drinks? She then said, "This is the one."
Are you ready?
I think so. This is it. Who's got a big handkerchief? Can I look? Can I look? Oh my God. Wow, man. You look beautiful.
In you, I have found not only a husband, but my best friend. And I couldn't be more excited to spend eternity sharing every moment with you.
There's not a day that goes by that I don't thank God for you. Every night and every morning. It is true that God has handpicked one person for each person. I know He handpicked you for me. There's no doubt about it. All the qualities you have.
I can't believe this day has finally come. I get to stand in front of the amazing man that God handpicked for me and promise that I will love you forever. I have dreamed of this day since I was a little girl. I couldn't have imagined that it could be this perfect. In you, I have found my everything. From day one of our love story, with you has been an amazing adventure.
Babe, I've never had these feelings. I'm experiencing in this moment, and since the first day I met you. I can't find the words to explain how much I love you and cherish you as we continue to grow closer together and go down this path of life. I know I'm gonna grow more in love with you each day, as I have since day one.
I love hearing stories about how people met, and you guys have a very interesting story. We're standing here because of a decision you made, Josh, many years ago to go on a trip to the Bahamas. Now, what was interesting about this for me is that I learned that you had to be convinced to go on a trip to the Bahamas, which I don't totally get, but okay. But as you were being convinced to go, one of your friends, trying desperately to get you to go, made the comments, "You gotta go on this trip. It will change your life." And I don't know if your friend had a prophetic vision or if he was just desperate to get you to go. Either way, here we are.
Teale was on a vacation with some college buddies, and Josh was likewise. The location was Atlantis in the Bahamas. Josh, having donated some money at the blackjack table, decided to leave and catch up with his buddies that were speaking with some ladies in a lounge near the casino.
And here comes Corbett, and he comes, waltzing up and slagging. "Dude, we got girls over here at this table, you gotta come."
We hung out there the whole night, and I guess I had recognized the youngest boy because he was wearing a Texas A&M hat on the beach earlier that day. So we immediately were like, well, they have to be pretty cool because they're from the Midwest.
Introductions were made, and not long after that, the Texas Tech OSU joke started flying. Teale says they had a passionate discussion concerning which school, Texas Tech or Oklahoma State, started the guns up tradition.
Which I'm still convinced OSU started, but we never quite agreed on it.
I started talking about that, talking trash back and forth, and she had all these witty comebacks. I was like, oh, this girl's awesome. That's actually one thing I remembered.
And I kind of immediately was like, I kind of like this guy, but we're on an island, so this could never happen.
Well, the night came to a close, and as fate would have it, Josh had to leave the next day without Teale being able to say goodbye. Teale left a couple days later, and Josh texted to make sure she arrived back home safely. Go Josh.
And he was like, I just want to make sure you made it home safe. And I was like, oh yeah, I did. And in my head, I'm like, I'm never gonna see this guy again. Why am I not gonna entertain this?
Almost deleted her number at one point. For some reason, I didn't. And 2 months later, word comes in and says, I think you have a better opportunity to go to Enid, Oklahoma instead of staying here in Bourg.
Josh learned he was moving to Oklahoma to start a new project with his company. He immediately thought of Teale. Being the consummate optimistic guy that he is, he texted her again, and the conversation took a whole different turn.
So I sent her a text, said, hey, I'm coming to Enid, Oklahoma. I need someone to show me around.
My cousins will attest to this. They were immediately that night like, oh, this is it. It's just fate. Like, he's moving to Oklahoma. You met him in the Bahamas. Like, this is gonna be it. And they told me that day one.
You know, timing is everything, and it was the right timing for me. That's the right timing for her. And the rest is history. Here we are. And now I'm getting married to one amazing girl.
When you have a friend like Teale, you have very high standards. You are smart and beautiful and genuine. And our friendship is something I'm always gonna cherish. You can imagine my thoughts when we are driving down the highway, and she goes, so I met this guy at a casino at 2 a.m. in the morning in the Bahamas. I was like, okay, dear God, help us. Obviously, those thoughts changed very quickly when I met Josh. I just truly felt like you were it. I mean, right off the bat.
I am so blessed that the Lord chose Joshua to be my big brother. My life would have been so boring without him. Josh and I, oh rats, I thought I was gonna cry until later. Josh and I were very close growing up, and we still are today. The Lord had a perfect plan when bringing these two together. He moved Joshua to some of the best towns in Texas and Oklahoma, like Port Arthur, Borger, and Enid. Woo! Just to bring Josh closer to his future wife. I never thought I would fully approve of any girl from my big brother. But then I met Teale. And I could tell from the moment I met her that she cared so much for Josh and she made him very happy. I'm so thankful that the Lord brought Teale into Josh's life. Teale, I can see how much you encourage, love, and respect him. I've never seen my big brother love someone as much as he loves you.
Now, Josh, every time you and Hannah would come to another phase in life, what would you say? You'd always say, well, I'm just turning another page of my book. Today, Josh, you've turned the last page in your book. Tomorrow, you and Teale begin a new book, anchored in love and the Lord. And I know that every time the page is turned, the both of you will be turning it hand in hand.
Today I promise you my heart, all of it, forever. I promise that I will love you fiercely and with all that I am. I promise to support you, care for you, trust you, respect you, and continue to work to keep Christ at the center of our relationship.
I think I knew since the first date that you were the one. And you know I've been praying for the right girl for so long, and God blessed me with one I could never have prayed for or imagined.
I promise to fill our home with so much joy, and that as we start our family, I promise to fill our children's lives with the promises of Christ. And I promise they will never question the love I have for their father. I promise to grow old with you, to share your laughter and your sorrow, and to walk by your side all the days of your life.
Josh and Teale, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. Josh, you may kiss your bride. It's my privilege and honor to introduce to you for the very first time Mr. and Mrs. Josh and Teale Janicek.
I met Josh in second grade when we moved to small town Seguin, Texas from Atlanta, Georgia when I was 6 years old. Josh and I, we've done everything together. Anything we did, we would have fun. Although you have knocked me out once, shot me with a pellet gun, pushed me into a bush where I was bitten by a brown recluse, even lit my parents' tree on fire after you toilet papered it, you're still one of the best buddies I could ever ask for. I am so happy, though, that you have found the love of your life in Teale. Josh, you are my best friend. I can see the love you have for Teale, and I am truly joyful and wish you nothing but happiness in the future. I can see the excitement and love you have for each other to a lifetime of love, joy, and fulfillment. Cheers.
May your mornings bring joy and your evenings bring peace. May your troubles grow few as your blessings increase. May the saddest day of your future be no worse than the happiest day of your past. Your lives are very special. God has touched you in many ways. May his blessings rest upon you and fill your coming days.